Hey guys, welcome back to Disrespect Disc Golf. This is my in the bag for the 2023 season and what I've been throwing all season long. I can't wait to show you guys. Let's hop right into it. Cool, so I've been kind of figuring out this bag for the past 9 months or so, and we're in November now. This is the tail end of the season. I've got really big news coming really soon. I'm actually getting sponsored starting tomorrow, so I'm very excited for that. So I just want to show you my bag before things change, because once my new sponsorship starts, a lot of this bag will change. So this is kind of where my bag is at now before it changes. It's taken me a lot of work to get this bag where I want it and all the slots that I have right now. So I know some people start out with the drivers and stuff like that. I'm gonna start out with the putters, then approach, and then just go up from there in speed. Starting with the putters, usually I putt with the Deputy from Dynamic Disc. I've got a new putter. This is the Goliath Genesis. So the Genesis is 3401 for the flight numbers. You can take a look at the profile there. There she is. This is an awesome understable putter. I do still have 2 different Deputies in here. These are the soft plastics, so if you've seen my other in the bag videos, you've seen these as well. Very soft and flimsy, and it's like a taco. This one is a little bit more stiff, not quite as much give to it, and I love the profile on this. I can put my finger right on the edge there, and it makes for a great putt. It's just a great all-around disc. So that's what I'm putting with, the Genesis from Goliath. I'm gonna pick some more of these up, so eventually I'll have like 3 or 4 in my bag, and that'll be the only putter that I'm using. For my throwing putter, I only have 1 throwing putter, and it is the Popcorn from Clash. This is in their steady plastic. I absolutely love the profile on this. It is such a good disc. This thing will go dead straight. If you pop it on a little hyzer and you just rip into it, it'll pop up flat and just ride forever. And then, yeah, it's great for touch shots. I can throw it on Annie, it's gonna hold that. It's just a straight putter that can handle a lot of torque, and something that you want in your bag for sure. Moving on to the approaches now. I've got 3 of them. Usually I just carry 2, but I added a 3rd one recently. Start out, the first one is gonna be the Zone ESP. I've got a stamp on the back here, and yeah, this is awesome. It's what I use for glidier approach shots. Forehand, backhand, this disc feels amazing all around. Can't go wrong with the Zone. That's a staple in my bag. And it's the only disc from Discraft that's in my bag and that I'll throw from Discraft. All right, from there, I've got one of my favorites, the Culprit from Dynamic Discs. This is in their glow plastic. If you saw my Wheel Sabotage episode 1 video, this was an ace that I got with that. This is actually a skip ace. I'll play that video real quick for you guys to see that. It was awesome. I love this disc. It feels great. It's a little bit deeper than the Zone, but it's still good for forehand or backhand. A lot less glide than the Zone, so this is something that will just sit softly, and I can trust it if I want to power up on a hyzer shot, and trust that it's not going to go more than like 230, 240. This is a great disc for that. And then I just added this disc. It's also from Goliath. This is the Pillar. This is even more stable than the Culprit. So in stability, I've got the Zone, and then the Culprit's more stable, and then the Pillar is more stable than that. I would say that this Pillar is probably in between a Zone and a Zone OS. So it's pretty dang beefy. It's got like a lot of bite at the end. It's a really aggressive finish, which is great Plastic feels amazing as well. This is the Oasis plastic from Goliath. It's great for forehand or backhand. It's a little bit deeper than a zone, but an awesome disc that I'm starting to really like. All right, now moving on to one of my favorite categories, mid-ranges. Mid-ranges are so underrated. I know a lot of pros are really just throwing like putters and fairways, and mid-ranges are kind of like diminishing a lot of players' bags. But I'll tell you what, mids are some of my favorite discs. You can't go wrong with a straight mid. It's just such a good disc to have, and such a fun speed, you know, like a 5-speed. It's awesome. So I'll go from stable to understable. My most stable mid-range is this Color Glow Ultra from Birdie. I love the color. This thing is amazing. It's got an awesome profile on there. Yeah, this thing is beef. 5303. I can throw this thing flat and it's gonna have a really, really aggressive finish to it. Handles any type of wind, and it's great for shots that if a hole is shorter, I can just trust this on the outside on the right and it's gonna come back to the left, and it's good for distance control. Moving on, I've got the Mango from Clash. This disc is awesome. This is pretty similar to the Ultra, but this gives me a little bit more glide. It's definitely got some dome on there, whereas the Ultra is flat. Pretty stable. It doesn't look like it would be stable, but this thing is pretty stable and I love it. Mango feels great in my hand. Love Clash. From there, I've got one of my favorite discs ever. I've got a review on this as well. This is the Clash Blueberry Glow. So this is the berry and their glow plastic. This thing actually glows blue in the dark, and it is such an awesome disc to have. This plastic is amazing. My thumb just sinks right into it. It's got a little bit of give. It just feels great. And this thing, it can handle a lot of torque. If you really rip on it flat, it'll go flat, give you a slight amount of turn, and then come back. For lower arm speeds, this will just go straight and finish left. I never really turned this one over, so because of the glow plastic, you know, it has some good stability on there. But dead straight, mid-range, I love this disc so much. After that, I'll move my little stack over. All right, if you're enjoying this video, just give me a like and subscribe. Trying to hit 500 subs by the end of the year. And if you haven't already, enter my giveaway. There's a giveaway video down in my videos that you'll see. And then to enter that, you just comment your favorite disc and why, and you'll be entered to win one of 4 different discs at the end of the year. So after the berry, this is also one of my favorite discs right now. This is a Mako 3. This is a glow Mako 3 with metal flakes in it. And it's got an awesome Bomber Blast stamp. Profile is awesome. I will use this disc for slight turnover shots. This disc, if I rip flat, it'll give me some nice turn and just kind of hold that. So this is more on the understable side of my mid-ranges. Love the Mako 3. After that, last but not least, I've got the Goliath Redemption. This is one of my favorite discs right now, and I usually say that about a lot of these mids. Again, if I could, I would have like half my bag is just like dead straight mid-ranges, because I just love so many of them. But the Redemption is amazing. I love this plastic, and I love the color. Numbers on this guy are 5502. I can rip this one with a little bit of hyzer, it'll stand up, or if I throw it flat, it'll give me some turn. This is my most understable mid-range, and I don't have anything like crazy flippy for mids. I don't really need to, because I've got flippy fairways. But this has been a workhorse for me lately. It's a new addition to the bag, and I've just been absolutely loving this disc so much. So the Redemption from Goliath. Awesome. All right, now we're gonna move on to the fairways. These are 7 speeds, 7 and 8. First up, my most overstable is the James Proctor Tour Series Cookie. This thing is absolute beef. Just bored flat on top. Very, very aggressive profile. It's got a nice rounded rim on there. This disc is just amazing. It's great for forehands and backhands. It's in their Sunny plastic, which is pretty stiff, but it feels great. I can just absolutely crank on this with as much snap and as much speed as I want to, and it's always just gonna hook up. Very aggressive finish. Doesn't really ever go farther than like 300 feet. From there, I've got my dead straight fairway. Another cookie. This is in their Steady plastic, 7502. Not as stable as the first one. Similar profile. If I actually get a hold of this one, it'll just kind of drift to the right a little bit and have a reliable finish. This disc never turns all the way over. It's got a good finish to it, and it's my perfect straight to stable fairway in my bag right now. I just love disc golf, man. It's so fun. From there, my Flippy fairway. This is an 8-speed, also from Goliath with a little shield stamp right there. This is the Enoch. Yeah, this thing is awesome. It's got a great hand feel. This thing is a hyzer flip disc, and it's also great for turnover lines. It's got some good glide on it too, and I've been loving throwing this Goliath Enoch. All right, next category is gonna be the control drivers. So kind of like my 9-speed discs here. First up, this is the Chain Breaker from Goliath. It's only been in the bag for about a month now. 9304 are the numbers. This thing is crazy. This is the most overstable disc I've thrown in my life. Besides a tilt, I have thrown a tilt. This thing comes very, very close to the tilt. You can never turn this thing over. You can put on a crazy flex line. It's good for shots if you have like a 200 to 250 foot shot and you just want to throw full power. This is not going to give you that much distance just because of how stable it is, so that's one of the reasons that's in my bag. It's a great utility disc as well. And then one of my favorites, I've got the Spice from Clash. Again, you'll notice I've got tons of Clash discs in my bag. This is an awesome mold, 10404. This is kind of like my Firebird slot at the moment. It's great forehand, and it's also great on a backhand. Just a very reliable disc. It's got an awesome profile on there too. And this is designed by Eric Oakley. I got this in the Clash mystery box last December, and it's been in my bag ever since. So yeah, this is my stable workhorse. From there, I'm starting to like this disc a lot. This is the Latitude Honor. So this is kind of like my Thunderbird slot at the moment. It's got a little bit of dome. Feels great in my hands. I don't really forehand this too much. It's mainly just a backhand disc for me. But for whatever reason, whenever I throw this disc, I can just get a lot of snap. And most times, like, it's actually like audible snap. So yeah, this is just great for just pushing straight and then dumping. Usually throw this about 325 to 350. All right, from there, I've got my kind of S-turn control driver. This is the Vandal from Dynamic Discs. I got this in the Trilogy Challenge tournament. For that tournament, we just had like 3 different discs that we had to play with, and this was the 9-speed driver they gave us. This one, I can get some nice turn out of it, and then it'll fade back. And if I really give it some snap, it'll just turn and hold that line. It's a really workable disc. You can work it on a lot of different lines, and it feels great too. And come on, you can't go wrong with those colors. Pretty sweet. All right, and then flippier yet, I've got the Saint from Latitude 64. This is in their Opto Air. So this is like only 154 grams. So this thing is crazy light. I can throw this on a lot of hyzer, and it's gonna stand up and then even turn. I don't really throw rollers with it though. It's mainly just for big turnover shots, and it's gonna hold that turn pretty much the whole time. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's really light, and even if I have a tailwind, this thing will just bomb. From there, here's my roller disc. This is the Fury from Latitude 64. I believe this is a Tina Oakley stamp with her signature right there. I picked this up at the Pro Tour Championships in 2022 at Nevin, and there's the profile there. This thing is awesome. I love how understable it is. I can literally just throw a flat shot and then it would just turn and then give me a roller and then always flip to the right at the end. So that's my roller disc. I'm loving it. I'm starting to throw rollers a lot more because I'm really confident throwing this with the roller line. And it's great. It holds cut for a while before it turns over, so I get a lot of distance out of this. I can throw this up to 450 on a roller. From there, we're moving into the last category. This is the high-speed distance drivers. Again, stable to understable. This is my most stable one. New to the bag, this is a destroyer. I believe this is a Star Destroyer. This thing is crazy stable. Yeah, if I'm feeling like I can throw forever, then I'll break this out. I'll also throw this if there's a really big headwind. It handles a lot of torque and it just dumps. It's super stable. Probably my most stable disc in my bag besides the chain breaker. So stable destroyer there. And I've got another destroyer. This is actually a factory second destroyer from Ineva. Again, I love the fire die. This has been in my bag ever since I've been playing disc golf. I started 3 years ago. And I actually got my first ace with this disc as well in September of last year. This is awesome. I've been trusting this disc a lot lately. It's gotten a little bit beat in, so I can just rip it with a touch of hyzer and it'll stand up and go straight for a while and give me that reliable finish. This is starting to get me some of my furthest distance shots actually. Love the destroyer mold. After that, we've got a Star Wraith. So this is another distance driver. This is gonna give me a little bit more turn before the fade. Max distance with this is about 420 in the air. It's great. If there's no headwind and there's just no wind at all, I'll throw this, give me some turn, and yeah, this is one of my bomber discs. So absolutely love the Star Wraith. This one's actually a Ken Climo 12-time Wraith, and such a good disc. It feels great on forehand too, so I don't know, something about the Wraith just feels great in my hand. Two more. From there, I've got the DD from Discmania. I also have a review on this. If you haven't seen it, go check it out below. This is the S line, and the numbers are 11, 6, -3, 2. Yeah, I threw a roller 556 feet. Yes, 556 feet. You heard that right. This thing bombs. On a roller, I can just rip this on a little bit of anhyzer out of the hands, and then it's just gonna start to roll, and it holds cut for such a long time. Like, it's ridiculous. This thing will just cut and cut and cut and cut, and then eventually it stands up and goes over. It's just such a good disc. I don't really throw it for air shots anymore, but if there's a course where the grass is shorter and I know I can get a lot of roll, I'm throwing the DD. Last but not least, I have the flippiest distance driver in my bag. It's a Grace from Latitude. This thing is awesome. It's very beat in over the years. You can even see the profile. It's kind of like warped and funky over the years. Got some chew marks from the trees and all that. Yeah, it's got, you know, it's not too flat and it's not too domey. It's kind of right in the middle there. This thing, it's great for hyzer flip shots. It's also great for huge turnovers. I just love having a flippy distance driver in my bag that I can trust and that would just absolutely bomb. Also, I'll throw this on shots where there's like a huge tailwind, and this thing will just rip for me. I can push this probably in the neighborhood of like 425 with like a big tailwind. Great turnover disc, and that concludes it for my distance drivers, and that's all the discs in my bag. And then I've just got a couple towels on here. Got one with my name sewed into it here, and then a PDGA towel right here. And I've just got like some markers on the side. Always got to mark your disc. And then on the side pocket here, I've got a little Clash Mini. Love Clash. And then I've got a Elevation disc golf mini. This thing is like really floppy, kind of fun colors. I use that once in a while. And then I've got a couple different chalk bags here. Yeah, this first one here is not super chalky. It's more like gonna absorb my sweat. And then this one here, I played in the Jacksonville Open Amateur Tournament this past weekend and played pretty decent. And I picked this chalk bag up there, and this is kind of like, you know, Gannon Burr style. Very, very chalky. You can see it on your hand. I'm in Florida, so it gets pretty sunny here most of the time, except for today. But if it's like really sunny out and pretty hot and my hands are sweating a lot, I'm gonna use this guy. Love my chalk bags. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed my in the bag. This will change pretty soon. Like I said, I've got a sponsorship that is starting tomorrow, so I'm super excited for that, and the video on that will be up pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. You're not going to want to miss that. I'm excited to announce my new sponsorship and partnership with the company that's yet to be announced. So, man, I'm so excited. I've been playing disc golf for about 3 years now, and it's awesome to have a sponsorship. But I don't want to spoil too much of that, so this was my in the bag. A lot of these discs are subject to change soon, but this is what I'm currently throwing. And yeah, that wraps up my 2023 season. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.